Go ahead. You're on.
What I recommend is that you have the wedding in the hotel that you're staying. Get a conference room and have the wedding there. In the conference room. Now, you leave the wedding. Keep in mind where your reception is. You don't want it 6 miles away.
Right, gotta be convenient.
Typically what we do here in New Orleans, if you want to really have a New Orleans wedding, is you have the wedding in the hotel that you're staying. Or a hotel, doesn't have to be the one you're staying.
Right.
A hotel within say 6 blocks of the wedding, the reception. And what we do here in New Orleans is very common, is the second line. Now the second line, you rent a jazz band, and the whole wedding party, and all the people going to the reception, you got the band, that's the first line. The people behind them, that's the second line. Now, the band's playing, the husband, the newlyweds are walking directly behind the band. They're swinging handkerchiefs or they're just dancing. Usually the bride and groom have umbrellas. And they're dancing.
She'll like that.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah, that's her. Dancing with the umbrella down the street. You got all the people that came to the wedding that are going to the reception swinging white handkerchiefs with a police escort in front and behind you. And that's how you get to your reception. Now, folks, if you can afford it, do it. Hey.
What if you're poor?
Well, you might not do the second one. You can rent carriages and take a carriage ride from the wedding to the reception. So a lot of people do that.
Really?
Instead of it's not cheap. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a lot. The rates are higher for weddings, okay? Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna have a wedding buggy with a gentleman in a tuxedo with the bride and groom. He's gonna have a white mule. He's going to have a white carriage.
All special.
And he's going to be leading the procession. And the rest of the party will be in surreys like this, or even bigger. They got 4-seaters, depending on how many people you got. Now, you know what some people do to save money is they say, hey, okay, all you able-bodied people, meet us at the reception. And then the elderly people, you know, the mothers and the fathers of the bride and groom, let them ride in the carriage behind the bride. Yeah? So then you just have 2 carriages. You see this right here? This is the wedding buggy right here. This is the wedding buggy. And this is the mule that they use. You see, this is Spartacus. He's a white mule. And Spartacus is 25 years old, but mules live to 40 plus.
That's right.
He's not that old. He's a great mule. He can tolerate anything. That mule is what we call bomb-proof. In other words, fireworks, sparklers, it don't matter. They did a wedding one time. There was a group of people. They were all around Spartacus, all up around him, dancing, swinging their handkerchiefs, hitting him with the handkerchiefs. Didn't faze them at all. So, but anyway, those are some suggestions for y'all. We are back to Jackson Square now. Hope y'all had a good time.
Yeah,
yes, ma'am.
we did. Thank you.
What's this over here?
That's our Christmas tree.
Well, I mean, just...
Up on top is the Washington Square, Washington Artillery Park. Washington Artillery Park.
And the river
Because
is
they got
on the other
the
side.
cannons there. The river's on the other side. And what runs along the river, all along the side of the quarter here, all the way up to Canal Street, is the Moonwalk, named after our ex-mayor, Moon Landrieu. Now, he was our mayor from 1970 to 1978, and his son is our present mayor. He just got elected a couple of months ago. Mitch Landrieu. Mitch's sister, Mary Landrieu. She's a U.S. senator.
Okay.
Keep it all in the family.
We're kind of connected now.
Yeah, I see that.
Got a little, and she's a
And Landry, like the restaurant?
Democratic senator.
Like the restaurant Landry?
No.
Landry?
No, not Landrieu.
What's the name?
Landrieu.
Landrieu.
Landrieu, I-E-A-U. But no, Landry's. And speaking of Landry's, I do not recommend that restaurant. Now, but anyway, that's we got the Moonwalk here, and then we got the Riverwalk across the way there, which is kind of neat. Have y'all been to the Riverwalk? That's on the other side of Canal Street on the river, and you walk down there. And it's actually left. It runs along with the convention center, It goes all the way back. I mean, like 6 blocks, 8 blocks. And at the end of it is a food court. You got the food court at the end of it.
Like at the mall? You don't.
Exactly.